Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on Susan Soothin's experience, so let's crack on with it. So for the recipe, you're going to need a couple of things. And first of all, you're going to need the Black-Eyed Susan's Soothin recipe, as well as Susan's Floral Secrets. And you're going to need both of them to make this recipe. So when you're also going to need these pots here. So I guess 3 more recipes to learn from the event. And that's going to be the Pot O Rad Lily, the Pot O Crystal Cup, and the Pot O Carnel Weeper. You're going to need these are part of the crafting process, and they can be found in the food section if you're trying to put them down. So when you go to the food section, you're going to see them over here, and that's how you find those. So if you've learned all those plans and you're set up and rocking and rolling and ready to go, and you're curious as how to get this going, because it is kind of confusing, we're going to have a look at it now. So first of all, you're going to have to go to the Tinkerer's workbench. I know, a bit weird, but we're at the Tinkerer's workbench, and we're going to be looking at hybrid flowers. You should have these hybrid flowers when you learn Susan's Floral Secrets. So if you don't see this, just make sure you learn that recipe. It's a pretty common recipe, so you might even just have it, just not learned it. Now, when we look through here, you're going to see quite a few various different flowers, and pretty much all of these are gonna go into the recipe for a single Black-Eyed Susan Soothin. So it's quite a bit of stuff here, and but I guess this is kind of to tone it so people aren't just running around with this stuff, I'm guessing. But basically you're gonna need 1 Glory Bell, 1 Sea Sprout, and 1 Giga Blossom, which might sound simple, right? Like, oh, I'm just gonna get the Sea Sprout, Glory Bell, and Giga Blossom, but no, it's not. So the Giga Blossom is gonna require Candy Kill, which is another hybrid, Glory Bell, which we just spoken about, and Sea Sprout. So actually we're gonna need another 1 Glory Bell and Sea Sprout. But if we look at the Glory Bell, for example, this is going to need Ember Gold, which is another hybrid. So you can see how this can get a little bit confusing, but just understand that if you have Susan's Floral Secrets, you're going to have everything you're going to need in terms of the hybrid flowers to craft the Black-Eyed Susan's Soothin. So you're obviously going to need that as well. On top of that, you want some dirty water, as just you need dirty water as well to make the stuff. Alright, so we're going to be jumping right into this, and I'm going to be using the Gauss pistol, mainly just because this is my favorite weapon. And let's go start blasting. So right now I don't have the consumable on, and we're going to do a little shooting. We're obviously over at West Tech, just mainly because it's my neighbor. And here we go. So fully charged. That was 1.206. Who's this guy? Here he is. Okay, what's 1291, 203, 1292. So let's say 1290 maybe on average. 1700 on that guy. Bloody hell. Oh, you know what? My damage is going to be inflating a bit here, because I've got I might have gun fu. Let me see here, hold on. Also, we've obviously got our stacks of onslaught as well, but let's just say 129 and 1700 maybe on a crit, right? So 129 1700. So now I'm gonna pop this. So there we go. The Susan's Soothin's experience is now active. Bloody hell! It's so hard to say that. Let's get in there. Hello. Now we are silenced technically, so might be able to do this. Okay, let's try again. Oh, come on, we can do this. 1927. That was a crit. 1671. Come on. Oh, that was a 2888. That was a crit though. We are obviously 1517. If you're unsure of what we're getting here, if we go to the effects and we look here, let's scroll down actually. Should be here. Black-eyed Susan Soothin. This is a 25% damage and 13% bonus XP buff. Really, 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 really good. I actually had to get my wife to make me a couple. Let's go inside. Let's go blast some things. Check it out. Okay, we're inside, and I kind of just want to get aggressive. I needed to move my bear away from my mouse because I feel like bad things are gonna happen. Right, let's see here. So that was, oh my gosh, exploded. Oh yeah, I'm really digging that. Where are you? I know you're there. Silence, beast. So one of the things with this weapon that I put on, mainly for the memes, and mainly just because I just wanted to put it on here. I'm not saying go and do this, but we do have fractured on my Gauss pistol. I'm not saying go out there and put fractured on your Gauss pistol, but for me, it's got explosive damage. We've got more explosive damage, and we've got even more explosive damage. So it's a very explodey gun. We've got explosions on explosions on explosions here, and it's quite interesting. You can see there that 542. So I'm wondering if Soothins will add to that as well. You can see we crippled him. He's exploding. We're like just one tapping anywhere on these guys. Maybe not that guy. He was too powerful. But it does make things a bit interesting to just get that extra explosion. Can we hit this guy? Okay. So really what we should be doing is just going like that. Left click spam to get the crit. This is turning into a Gauss pistol showcase, not a Susan's showcase, but Susan's is here with us in spirit, helping us out, guiding us through. Where are you guys? Hello? I know you're up there. There we go. Now you do have to watch out for exploding yourself. That can happen. Just exploding it round the corner. Oh, you see that? So he wasn't going to be a one shot, but it was a one shot without even charging the pistol because of Susan here in spirit with us, plus the plus the fractured, the explosive rounds, plus the Gauss explosion. So we're getting a lot of explosive damage out of this thing. And I'm not saying go ahead and do this. I'm not saying this is going to be the greatest thing out there. Does it feel satisfying though? Absolutely. Yes, it does. Okay, that was a champion. Well, you know, that was a champion. Right, here we go. Oh my gosh, that was a 743 explosive damage. 743 on top of the damage. It was 450 for that one. Nothing for that one. I don't know, just nothing. Absolutely nothing on that one. 450 there with a 550 hit. And these are just left clicks, by the way. Just remember that. This is just a left click. Like, I'm not charging at all. Just feels, with that explosion, it feels absolutely just satisfying. Now, obviously, you have to watch out for murdering yourself. I'm surprised I haven't murdered myself yet. I feel like this would be the bane. You can see the explosion there. The bane to my existence, a weapon like this. I do end up... That was a 750. There it is. So I killed the other hound with just the explosion. I love... This is, I'm telling you, this is so fun. And if you want to try this out for yourselves, we'll just have a look at the weapon system here again. So I have bloodied. You can have what was furious on the 1 star if you want to. I've got bloodied on here. So we got projectiles explode for 20% weapon damage. which this thing that has quite a bit of weapon damage. As you can see here, the base weapon damage of 1192. Sorry, this is the charge weapon damage. I do believe this is fully charged. If I might be wrong, I could be completely just chatting crap, but I think that's fully charged. We got crit charge, bonus crit charge. The 3-star you can change to what you want, and then obviously we've got the fractured in there too. Plus the Susan's experience is actually just allowing us to one-shot these with a quick. And look how fast these are potential one-shots to super mutants. And I'm not min-maxed on damage. I'm not min-maxed on my build here because this is just my everyday go-to build. Just remember that. So this is very, very, like, you can get significantly more damage on here too. Look at that. It's just so fun. It is so fun. The Susan's experience right now, it feels so good. It just feels so good with this, and you can see now why this weapon is becoming my favorite weapon. We almost got that guy too. Oh, there it is. I knew it was gonna happen. So seeing as we're juiced up on Susan's experience, why don't we go and check out a rather tanky creature and see what all we can do to it. So we're over here. We're going to find the Mirelurk Queen and have a good time with it, hopefully. Okay, whatever about that guy. Yep, they're always here. No one really comes over to get her, which is rather interesting. Right, let's get that sprout out. Should explode. And then maybe we just aim for the legs. Oh no, they're ridiculous. Oh, it's it barely moved. I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest. Bloody hell. Actually, I could have done that quicker. I'm gonna be honest. I could have done that quicker. I was just sort of trying to mess around with the fractured effect. And that's gonna conclude this video. Personally, I had a great time using this stuff. It really does boost the damage up quite a lot, and 25% might not seem a lot, but if you're using something like I was using here, the Gauss pistol, which hits like a freight train, you're going to be getting a lot more use out of it, if that makes sense. 25% out of 1,000 damage is 250. So just as an example. So if you're using something like this, yeah, it's really, really, really nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I was kind of fanboying over the Gauss pistol in this one. It was just a lot of fun. I personally had a lot of fun. Either way, cheers all for joining me. Thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one.